Hey, thanks, John.
Let's hear from the other side now. Fritz Knaak is the lead recount lawyer for the Coleman campaign. Fritz, you just heard him say he believes that Al Franken is going to be determined the winner after all of this. Your side sees it differently.
Oh, yeah, we do, of course. We were actually predicting yesterday, we were expecting the numbers to go down a bit. The fact of the matter is they didn't go down as much as we had thought they would. And we're very satisfied with the situation right now. You need to understand that there's a whole separate stack of challenged give-back piles that are the Coleman votes that are out there that the Franken folks gave back that simply haven't been put in the process yet. Right now what we're doing is actually going through the Coleman challenges one by one, and that's going to create this kind of temporary distortion. We're confident about the numbers. There's no ifs, ands, or buts as far as we're concerned.
So it's not just that you're looking at a pile of votes that may have come from a precinct that is generally favorable to Norm Coleman. You've actually seen some of these ballots, or maybe all of these ballots, and you're pretty confident that you can get them counted for Coleman, for your side?
Well, actually, they've already been counted, many of them. I mean, a lot of these were given back by the Franken campaign. They just haven't been processed yet. It's something that the staff's going to have to deal with over the weekend. And, you know, we know what those numbers are. The Franken people know what those numbers are. I mean, we haven't been playing games with those numbers at all. You know, we've been saying all along that this thing is going to be like the stock market. It's going to go up, it's going to go down. But ultimately, those give-backs are going to be very, very favorable to the Coleman campaign, and we know that, and I think they know that, too.
Well, how many of these ballots are still in dispute? This 1,600 number seems to get tossed around a lot.
Yeah, that's roughly right, but understand that what I'm talking about are a lot of the give-backs that got it down to the 1,600. Keep in mind that we started off this process with about 6,000 challenges.
Right. There was a pool of 6,000.
And so a lot of that hasn't been processed. Yeah, John. We're getting there. But a lot of those numbers haven't been entered in yet, and that's going to be ultimately what matters, is the actual numbers that come in. And we know with some degree of certainty what that is, and we're pretty confident about the way things are going. Actually, we feel very good about where we're at right now.
Well, you said feel very good about where we're at, and yet your opponent, Al Franken, took the first lead in this recount, and as we just heard from Andy Barr, their lead actually grew a little bit. You can't feel good about that.
Well, you know, we know what's tracking and why it's tracking. We've been hearing from the very beginning about Franken's analysis of how these returns have been coming in and how they're declaring victory. And we shrugged then, we're shrugging now. Ultimately, what's going to matter is the actual number. And we've seen what's been coming in, and we're feeling very good and confident right now.
All right. It's interesting to watch. When do you think we'll have a final number?
Well, good question. Right now, because of the Supreme Court decision, I think we're going to have to wait till the 31st for something real final, and we're actually now in the process of filing an additional action in the Supreme Court to deal with the double counting issue that's come up here. And so there's a lot going on. I'm guessing and hoping that it'll be by the end of December.
There is a lot going on. You got the whole nation's attention. Fritz Knaak, the lead recount lawyer for Norm Coleman's campaign.